Good morning, friend. This is Jeff Arcos. Welcome again to the daily webinar. Today we are Thursday, the 5th of the 12th, 2019. Remind you, this webinar is not meant to be a financial advice. This is only an education presentation. Please consider term and condition before you continue. Send when you're receiving this recording as well. Thank God for another day to my life, and I pray His blessings today. In Jesus' name, Amen. Okay, today we have heavy news early in the morning for the Canadian, and yes, what a big move. So we got the US Canadian actually. Oh no, I didn't put it here. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I need to put this one here. Sell immediately in Canadian yen. Come on, come on. 5-2. I need to get a better computer. And Canadian yen. It should be first we're gonna put it here. Um, Canadian yen is a bit messy, but oh yeah, Canadian yen should be there. All right, sorry to the distraction, but just need to put some trace into it, and there we are. Then we have the OPEC meetings all date, and after that, it's Friday tomorrow morning. We don't have nothing until the non-farm payroll. All right, what we're gonna be discussing today, apart from having the Thursday, the currencies we have for today. So today we have a very clear sort of, um, very clear dominate. It's been the last pound yen there. Today we have a very clear dominant, especially with the pound being in the red and the yen being, sorry, the green and the yen being the red. So this could be quite significant move for today. So the risk should be around this area, whatever is happening, and take a control from there. So that should be fine. Pound US the same. This one was taken actually the day before yesterday, but unfortunately some events happened around. But you did have this one here anyway. The US, sorry, was already in his way down while the pound continued neutral. So that was a nice break, by the way, supported by the ADX in weekly with us, monthly with us. So yeah, let's actually took it a little bit early. So it's already 100 pips take profit, break even, and then the rest could be whatever is going to be happen. Then we have the US Canadian is a weekly candle close trend line where we have the daily breakout. We got the index meta, both diverges in that moment. And the risk should be around over here. So 50 pips probably is quite a good idea. And that's all we have for today. Uh, okay, there are two things I want to discuss today. It is about, the pairs to trade and as well about um, about the um, the difference between the weekly candle close strategy and the daily candle close strategy. Which one is better? Which one is faster? Which one is profitable? Okay, so now we're gonna concentrate first on one the index about keep saying the US and the yen index is more than enough that you need to trade. First of all, we're gonna be looking at the weekly candle close strategy. So every Monday when we come, we look in what happened on the 81 and the 86. So what happened from Monday to Monday, and we're looking from here. For example, that's now the second week. This week is interesting. what happened over here, that on the 18th of November, which it was Monday, the market went down, 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 down. And then by the next Monday, which it would be, sort of 6 trading days completed, we see a turning point with the US. So when we see that turning point with the US, what we need to be looking from that point on, and actually if you're looking over here as well, I have highlighted that one as well, the yen. So whichever way we want to be trading, that should be a good way to looking, to trade there. So for example, if I look in, this is the US. So therefore, from here, what I'm going to be looking is something that is going opposite. So it looks like the euro has the same sort of, if I do a line, so from Monday to Monday would be from here to there. So that's one line up. From here to there, that's another line up. From here to here. From here to here, that's neutral, and that's down, and that's bearish. So that's it's very different way of looking, from Monday to Monday, and make a decision based on that. So we look in the here, it was a turning point, and here was another turning point. From, let's see, from Monday to Monday, Monday to Monday. So we look in the up to here. On here, it was another turning point. So we're looking in the weekly that there were 3 turning points, if we're looking on the weekly basis. And actually next week, it seems for me there's going to be another turning point over there, isn't it? So when we see this is our major index. We want to trade the dollar strength. From there, we're going to pick what is going to be the next pair to trade. So I don't want to pick something that is going up, something maybe this one is just, don't know. This one looks good at that point of the time, and then with the other ones the same. So let's have a look right over here, in that date, which is that is the 25th of November. So in the 25th of November, we're looking that the euro has the same move. The pound, is still at the bow. Maybe the Australia US on this date, which is the 25th of November. So let's look at over here. Where I can make Australia. But they're going to do there, 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 there. So this is the weekly, and this would be the daily midpoint. Okay. So one is the daily, and this is the weekly, and we were talking on the 25th of November. Now we need to put it. Synchronize objects, and that's it. Now I forgot which date was that, 25th of November. So we're looking over here, 25th of November. I better change the color, I can't see this color very much. And there we are. So 25th November would be one more day. And this is the Australia and US. Now, as we notice here, this is already 3 weeks in a row that this thing is going that much. So we are not really interested in 3 weeks, isn't it? Because we know what happened in 3 weeks time. Things are not really, already running by that time over there. So we only, what we do is just to continue hunting for something that makes more sense. New Zealand going the same direction, so forget about it. Canadian, it has already from there, it's been things like moving quite quite a long time before. So we look in the Canadian, US Canadian, and US Canadian, and at that point we have the same as we see the Canadian is being weak for quite a long time. So it's already a move. So we don't want it. We wanted something that match the move of the US at that point of time. The US is getting stronger, but it seems like nothing is matching up there. So the Swiss is weak as well. So maybe that's the only one. Could be then in the yen at that point it was big at time. So looks like that week we did not find much. Well, that's the first week, so that should be fine. And that it is a small trade would be break even, but after a few days running. And I said, so nothing happened over there. So we come back over here and we said, where is our next move? Right over here. The market was over there, comes turn over there. So the um, 18th of November, which would be the following week, one more day up, and that's the 18th of November. and and there we want to be looking the other ones that actually are no there. So 18th of November the market comes. So the euro is in the same direction. The pound maybe is up at that point of time. So we would be looking pound US to go long. Actually, I need to move this one a little bit this way so I can flick it over there. So the pound US, yep, 1 week up, and that it is, and didn't do much. Uh, Over there is an up, so that's fine. Come back over here. I'm gonna do the same with this one, so I can do quick moves, and yeah. So pound. Now we see that Australia send direction both, so we don't want that. But the New Zealand, it has a change from last week to this week. So it suggests to me that New Zealand could be a good one, and that it is the week that we're looking for. We come over here, and that it is. So if we're looking at an entry right at the beginning of the week without any other hesitation, because that's what this one is telling us. No, no more thinking, no more there on the daily, this would be the trigger trade over there. And then, yeah, so some kind of incredible way of looking there. Now, another one that we're looking, Canadian is the same direction, interesting, but maybe the Swiss at this point of time, it looks to me. So what I want to find is that when I come over here, I want to find the correlation over there. And definitely this is the first week. Last week was positive, this week is negative, and there it is. And what happened, it just went the other way around, so we would not have any luck. And the yen is sort of bullish, if we could say over there, so not really much that we could envy to that. All right, that's sort of, I know that's positive. So the US yen, sorry, it should be the one to be looking as well. And no, not really over there. It doesn't make any sense from that moment over there. All right, so we're coming back over here. We only trade in the US pairs, and that it is another move over there. So this is, one of the difficult markets. So 11 of 11 we have over there, and we're just moving one more week over there, and we put in there. That's 11 of 11. So we want to be looking what other currencies are moving opposite to that one here, and we're looking that the euro has an opposite move to that. So we're looking immediately the euro, and yes, that's a big time move, and lasting only a few days. If we would have set up the to trade below over there. Only went 22 pips, come back over there. Yeah, with a break even anyway after this daily moves lows. So didn't work. The pound maybe is on the way down at that moment. So I put at the pound. Yes, there is a down, but from there it never went down. So there is no trade over there in Australia. It's in the same direction. So no interesting. Sort of kind neutral down. So it doesn't hurt to look at it. And yep, that's there. But below to the level, possible nothing, would happen, and that's fine. Then we have the pound. We say the Australia. We look at the New Zealand. It was that we're looking. Yeah, New Zealand. The one that we're looking over there. So we're looking at strong. So we're looking weak, and Canadian is being from last week already down. But the dollar was down as well last week, but now we have a divergence, so today could be a good indicator to trade. And that it is second week, and that's where it's going. Only went one point. That's all. That would be break even because of the daily highs and the daily lows, and here really didn't move anywhere, so therefore there the US Swiss has already moved up, so we're looking something down, so this is up, so therefore that it is. We're looking at this week over there because from there it has come from here, so we just need to be looking the date when that move over here, 14th of October, so a few weeks down. There we are, 14th of October is over here. We look in the euro is already from last week. It was already in his way up. So, and that it is 2 weeks in a row now. The euro has been going up. So whatever it is that left, we got a first ABC, second ABC, and that was a nice trade of 3 days. Looking the weekly candle close at that period of time. The pound as well definitely is a good indicator over there, the British pound, and there it is, breaks over there, 322 pips. We look in the Australia, New Zealand, and Canadian has a positive move against that weak dollar. So looking Australia, market goes down, come back, first day up, and that is the move. New Zealand, the market moves down, first day up, there's the trade, and Canadian, beautiful weekly over there, first day down, and that it is. So they are the trades, that I can be doing. So Australian, New Zealand, Canadian, and then now we have the Swiss down and the yen down. So we don't want that because the US is down. So we're looking something opposite to that. Okay, and so here we have another one. The market is going from negative to positive on the 23rd of September. So we look in the 23rd of September, is somewhere over there, and then 23rd of September is over here, and this is up, this is up, this is up, this is down. So Australia, and US, there you are. Market goes up, and it didn't really impress so much. New Zealand and Canadian, same place. So this one was already 2 weeks, so I will not be looking to trade 2 weeks. I want to trade the first week. Has to be a requirement over there. Canadian, we're looking to go short. And the short doesn't look like that it was that much with the um, US Canadian, because there is no shortness into the candle over there. Okay. And then the other ones, the Swiss and yen, responding now. US Swiss and US yen. Okay, so this is really, a very good way to look in there, and the same thing if you don't want to be looking. So there, the yen. That's the moves on the weekly. Now looking this when the beginning of where we start using that since 9th of September, the yen has a very clear shifting move. So 9th of September, put a few weeks there. So we're looking here. So the yen is weak, Swiss yen is no good, but the Canadian yen, it looks to me they match perfectly what I'm looking. So I put it here, Canadian yen, and yeah, there is 2 weeks already in a row, so that would be my trade. Not much that it did go from there. New Zealand has come up, so perfect. Australian as well. So we have Canadian, New Zealand, and Australia. So Canadian is here, New Zealand, and Australia. So then we look in the pound went down, came back. The euro, no, the US is still weak. So euro pound. So there it is. So went down, came back, and it didn't do much at the end of the day. Oh, the euro. There we are. And that it is. So as we're looking over here, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we got a rally up. 1 week, 2 weeks, and 3 weeks. The 30th of September, we want to be looking the yen pairs, and the 30th of September, we're looking over here. Is there? Okay, 30th of September, and come over here. So this is up. We're looking something down. Until that moment, it's still up. we are still up. Um, so this is up. We're looking down. Um, this is down already second week. Has a move down, and as well the euro. So euro, yen, and pound yen. All right. So that would be the real game. That on a weekly basis, and the daily is completely another day. The daily, really, what I want to be looking always with the date, especially when I look it over here. I want to be looking, for example, if the New Zealand, let's have a look. No, there it is. So if we look in here, the New Zealand, Australian, US, Euro, Swiss, and Yen is negative. I want to be looking, here I will not be taking much consideration the weakness of the New Zealand because of where it is. Then if I look to Australia, you see, I will not be taking this consideration because of where the Australia it is in the middle, the US. Now this is different because already previous date everything was on the way down. So if I look in right over here, that was the day down of the US. So then immediately I want to be looking the euro. The euro is in the same direction, so no interesting. We look in the pound. The pound is in the way up. Both were together. So when we look in the pound US yesterday, there we are. Oh, sorry, yesterday is here. There we are. So that's yesterday, and oh no, this is yesterday. Sorry, and that's it. So that was a very clean, clear trade because based on where it was, and that is the trade. Okay, base and the divergence that we have over here. We're looking the euro. The euro is there, and yesterday and today we have the euro on a negative side. So when I look in that, maybe I consider the euro pound, and there we are. The day was down yesterday. Know that I'm trading this currency, but the euro was down, the pound was still in the strong number, and that is the result. Okay, very chill, very easy. All right, my friends, nothing more for today. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Have a beautiful day. Cheers and